There is a profound dignity in quiet recalibration. Consider a modern scenario. A manager repeatedly uses subtle sarcasm in meetings. It is never overt enough to formally challenge. When addressed privately, the manager denies ill intent. The pattern continues. The employee, having attempted clarity, now faces a choice. One option is escalation, emotional confrontation, complaint, public exposure. Another option is resignation into silent resentment. The Stoic path is different. The employee begins documenting interactions. He reduces voluntary vulnerability in meetings. He prepares responses that are concise and neutral. He builds relationships with other departments. He strengthens his professional autonomy. He does not retaliate. He fortifies. Gradually, the manager's indirect remarks lose their destabilizing effect. Without visible reaction, without excessive explanation, without dependency, the subtle attacks land on stone. Strategic distance is often invisible to others. It is primarily an internal shift that gradually manifests outwardly. There is an ancient metaphor in Stoic literature of the inner citadel, a fortified place within the self that remains unconquered. Strategic distance is the architectural expansion of that citadel. You do not barricade the gates violently. You simply narrow the entrance. Now pause, consider whether there is someone in your life whose proximity consistently costs you clarity. Ask yourself whether you have been trying to fix the dynamic when a quieter adjustment might serve you better. Write in the comments. I govern my energy. Energy governance is not selfishness. It is stewardship. And if you intend to practice this kind of composure, this refusal to be dragged into endless subtext, subscribe. Mastery is not achieved in a single insight. It is cultivated through repetition. There is, however, a final layer: distance, clarity, recalibration. These are powerful. But the ultimate Stoic strength does not depend on environment. It depends on identity. Because if your identity remains vulnerable to insult, to insinuation, to exclusion, then even from a distance, you may still feel unsettled. The final transformation lies not in managing others. It lies in becoming internally unoffendable. That is where we go next, and it is the summit. Part 7, the state of being unoffendable, is a level of composure that no strategy can produce on its own. You may learn to pause before reacting. You may learn to request clarity. You may learn to adjust proximity. But unless something deeper shifts within you, subtle hostility will continue to find its mark.